going to take you with me on the process of customizing a doll. The doll that I'm doing today has a rotationplasty on the left side and is going to be getting a matching prosthesis. For those of you who don't know what a rotationplasty is, it's a surgical procedure done to salvage part of a patient's limb. For patients who suffer from bone cancer or another type of illness where part of their bone is sick but the rest of their leg is healthy, a doctor wants to preserve as much of the limb as they can. In a rotationplasty surgery, the doctor amputates part of the leg, shifts the rest of the leg up, and rotates it 180 degrees so that the joints will function as other joints. Because the leg is being rotated 180 degrees, the knee joint will now act as a hip joint and the ankle joint will now act as the knee joint. When the ankle is bent, it's like the patient is bending their knee. Because the doctor is able to preserve both the knee joint and the ankle joint, it really helps the patient to be able to perform functions that they normally would. So to get started with the doll, the first thing that we have to do is to take apart the leg and rearrange it in a style that would mimic the patient's hip rotationplasty. The doll that I'm going to be using today is this doll right here, and in order to get it to look like the patient, I'm going to have to cut it by the hip, by the knee, and about around the ankle so that I can reposition it to look like the patient. So now what we want to do is we want to reattach the foot to the body and position the foot so that it works as a knee. To do this, we're going to be using an epoxy putty, but first we need to hot glue it so that it's in the right position. Off camera, I made this piece right here out of popsicle sticks and hot glue, and now I'm going to take it and insert it into the doll's leg so that I can attach the foot to the hip. In order to fill this gap, I'm going to use something called Sculpt Wood Moldable Epoxy Putty. You want to put on more than you need so that once it dries you can sand it down and smooth out the edges. This is how the doll currently looks. This putty takes about 24 hours to set up, so I have to wait for this to dry before I can do anything else. Okay, I'm back, and now we're going to work on the actual prosthetic device for the doll. In order to make the prosthetic device, I'm going to be using a bunch of different pieces. I'm going to be using parts of the doll left over. I'm going to be using felt. I'm going to be using elastic, hot glue, popsicle sticks, a whole mixture of stuff. So first what I want to do is I want to develop the base and the inner piece of the prosthetic. I have a doll foot that I have from another project that I'm going to be using as the prosthetic foot for the doll. So this is going to go about here, and then I'm actually going to use a piece of the doll's leg as part of the prosthetic base. And I'm going to keep adding more support and more structure in order to get a prosthetic socket for the doll. So this is the base drawing that I'm going off of. This is going to be the extra doll piece. This is the doll's leg inside the device. And right now I'm currently working on this part right here. inside of the prosthetic, we're going to clean it up a little bit and cover it with felt so that it looks more pleasing to the eye. In this case, we're going to be using purple and pink felts. So now that we have the bottom portion done, I want to start with the main cuff around here, specifically this area right up here. To do that, we're going to use a different color felt. So it is the next day and I just wanted to show you what I finished up with last night. Yesterday I cleaned up the prosthetic a little bit, added some sparkle, added some more dimension, and I'm ready to finalize the prosthetic and finalize the doll's amputated limb. As you can see, the putty on it is still not smoothed out, so I need to smooth that out, sand it out, paint it, and get the doll ready to be fitted with the leg. So that's how it fits. It needs a piece of Velcro up at the top in order to secure it. Once I add that, then it's just a few finishing touches, getting the doll some eyes and a new wig, and then making the outfit for the girl.
Hi everybody, I'm back and I finished the doll. It's been about a week and I just want to show you everything I did from the last clip until now. This is what the doll looks like. She has blue eyes and blonde hair to match the patient. And then she has a pink and purple prosthetic to match what the patient wanted. The prosthetic leg works by taking off the Velcro strap right here, and you'll see that the leg is in a sock. And if you take that sock off, then you can actually see what the doll's leg looks like. So you can see that I rotated the foot 180 degrees so that's now facing backwards. And then that right there is what would act like a knee. So when she puts on her prosthetic leg, she would still be able to bend it and walk around.